The project serves as a guide for debugging Next.js applications using Visual Studio Code. It includes configurations for vscode Launch.json to debug various Next.js components like server components, client components, middleware, and server actions. The guide emphasizes a full-stack debugging method for both server and client sides using VS Code. Motivated by the need to debug specific functions in Next.js applications, the focus is on using VS Code and vscode/launch.json for debugging both server-side and client-side code. Options discussed include VS Code and Chrome DevTools, highlighting the efficacy and comfort of using the VS Code environment. To begin, create a vscode/launch.json file at the project root, following the instructions from the official Next.js debugging guide. Install project dependencies by running pnpm-i in the terminal to prepare the environment for debugging. Debugging involves three main steps: setting breakpoints in source files, selecting a debugging configuration within the Run and Debug view, and starting the debugger with F5. This streamlined process ensures that VS Code retains the configuration for future debugging sessions, allowing for quick access. The tools utilized in the project include Next.js, TypeScript, and VS Code. Each technology plays a crucial role in creating a robust environment for developing and debugging applications. Key concepts within the Launch.json file for debugging include name for the configuration label, type to specify the debugger type, request to define whether to launch or attach, URL for client-side sessions, and path mappings for local path integration. These properties establish how debugging sessions operate in VS Code. Additional properties in Launch.json include runtime args for runtime flags, skip files to omit certain files during debugging, and server-ready action for automated tasks once a server starts. Understanding these aspects optimizes the debugging experience in Next.js. The Launch.json file illustrates multiple configurations, including Next.js, debug server-side for server tasks, Next.js, debug client-side for client tasks, and detailed setups such as Next.js, debug full stack, which enables comprehensive debugging across the application's server and client layers. Each configuration is tailored to facilitate effective debugging practices. An example configuration shows how to set up Next.js, debug client-side, with properties like type, request, and URL specific to client debugging. This demonstrates how each configuration can be precisely defined for specific debugging needs. Another example highlights launching the Next.js server using the command in the configuration. This portion is vital for initiating the application in debugging mode, allowing the debugging tools to function correctly. The demo section offers guides for debugging various Next.js components through practical examples. It serves as a resource for users to effectively apply the configurations by providing structured walkthroughs for both server-side and client-side debugging. The Run and Debug sidebar icon enhances the debugging experience by allowing users to choose the desired configuration, start debugging, and monitor key information such as variables and call stacks. This centralizes debugging control within VS Code. An image demonstrates the sidebar icon in VS Code, which allows users to easily access debugging features. Visual aids support the explanation of this essential tool. Debugging middleware involves several steps: placing a breakpoint in the middleware TS file, starting the server in debug mode, and navigating to localhost to trigger the middleware. Utilizing debug icons post-breakpoint enables the inspection of variable states. An illustrative image depicts a breakpoint that is reached during middleware debugging. This glowing visual feedback illustrates the process in action. Debugging server components follows a similar pattern to middleware debugging. Users must set breakpoints directly in the component files, effectively utilizing step-through debugging to observe code execution in real time. The process for debugging client components starts with placing breakpoints, manually running the development server, and attaching the debugger. This method emphasizes practical engagement with client-side components for effective debugging. Illustrative content indicates successful breakpoint triggering during client component debugging, allowing for variable inspection and code progression. Full-stack debugging uses a dedicated configuration that streamlines both server and client component debugging, making it simpler to trace interactions via automated server startup and attachment of the debugging processes. The step-by-step guide outlines essential practices for effective debugging across various Next.js components, emphasizing the importance of placing breakpoints and selecting the comprehensive configuration to facilitate seamless debugging sessions. An image showcases a breakpoint being hit during a full-stack debugging session, highlighting the practical aspect of this debugging approach. The server-ready action property automates browser launching once the server is ready, significantly enhancing the integrated debugging experience in Next.js by streamlining the entire process from server setup to client interaction. The server-ready action configuration showcases various options for launching browsers in vscode during debugging. Specific experiences highlight both successful and failed attempts to open certain browsers automatically, with workarounds provided to maintain user flexibility. A workaround for debugging issues with Microsoft Edge involved manually launching the browser after an error message. This flexibility allows continuation of debugging sessions even when automated processes fail. Using Google Chrome yielded a successful automatic launch during full-stack debugging, emphasizing how choice of browser can impact the debugging experience and the importance of personal preference in configurations. Key takeaways provide guidance on which debugging configuration to utilize based on the specific scenario, server-side, client-side, or full stack. This structured advice helps streamline development processes and maximize efficiency during debugging. References include links to official Next.js documentation and video resources, providing users with additional materials to further enhance their debugging skills and understanding of Next.js and VS Code.